The world recently lost a valuable scientist, one who made it life's work to save animals from extinction. VOA's Carolyn has more.
Last week, we were saddened to learn that Jo Gail Howard, a doctor of veterinary medicine at Washington's Smithsonian National Zoo, succumbed to cancer. She was only 59. For more than 3 decades, she dedicated her life to reproducing endangered species. She pioneered new medical techniques by applying human reproduction procedures to animals. That earned her the title Sperm Queen, a nickname she relished. Her legacy lives on in the survival of the endangered species she rescued. It was Howard who artificially inseminated the zoo's female panda, producing the first surviving cub. She had reproductive success with the cloud leopard. There were only 18 black-footed ferrets on the planet when she rescued the species with 20-year-old frozen sperm. She appeared on VOA TV in 2005. Here she explained her strategy for breeding cheetahs in captivity.
What has helped us a lot over the years in learning their biology is developing techniques to run hormones. So for years, here we saw the poor reproduction traits in males, and we just assumed it was a male factor in fertility. But actually what was happening was the females were not cycling. It wasn't a male problem at all. And it was really the way a lot of us were managing cheetahs and putting several females together. They were not compatible, and now we know that little behavior hisses here and there can really mean that they're not compatible. But what the animals were doing is the dominant animal was shutting down the cage mate, and so she was not cycling. So what we've again gone back to the wild and say, okay, how do they live in the wild? They're not in pairs. They're not. The females are not together. What we have found, you need to separate them and kind of move them around a lot, keep them interested, but really bring the male to the female just occasionally, and that keeps everyone interested.
Howard explained how the breeding is organized.
We call it the computerized dating service. We have all the pedigree in a computer of all the cheetahs in the breeding program, and that's what you'll hear, cheetah SSP, or species survival plan. And so the computer really just dictates the most genetically valuable animal, and that's usually the one that's not bred and not reproduced in the population. And so we get a list of, and it's a prioritized list of the males and the females, and so it's easy to match up, especially the top of the list, and those are our focus animals, to get them represented in the population. You need to separate the males and females and kind of get their interest. Even have male-to-male competition also helps to kind of let them fight it out and who's going to get to breed the female.
Today, those cheetahs are full-grown, and last December, the National Zoo celebrated the birth of 2 more cheetah cubs. Preserving species and new life is what her pioneering work is all about. She started a movement training the next generation of biomedical scientists who will take her knowledge and fight extinction with one litter at a time. Howard summarized her philosophy on saving animal species.
The value of the cheetah really is that we want this animal to survive long past our lives and for the next generations to come. It's valuable in tourism, it's valuable in eco-tourism, and I think people will learn that people pay more to come see a cheetah, to photograph a cheetah, than it would be to sell a carcass or a pelt skin of a cheetah.
Throughout her career, Dr. Howard received numerous awards for her innovative research and breeding success. Carolyn Turner, VOA News.